All right. Perfect.
Ah, I feel so restored.
All right, so we got LA Pink. We're gonna it's been a minute. We didn't talk about Fulton County in over a week. So I have to get back on the Fulton County corruption. But let me just start off with this. I want to share this article here. Because we still talking about Fanny as she ain't going nowhere, honey.
By the way, when you contemplate the circus with the DNC elections, you have to add Fanny to the mix because this is the DNC. And if you don't hit the like button, I'm going to go boo and haunt you or something like that late at night. Ladies don't get excited.
They were like that. Fulton County denies DA Fani Willis more funding for the 2025 budget. Fulton County Board of Commissioners opted against allocating a substantial monetary increase for the county district attorney's office when finalizing its 2025 fiscal year budget on Wednesday. That was last week, perhaps bringing a month-long standoff with DA Willis into the next phase. The board allocated $39.3 million of its nearly $1 billion budget to the DA's office, a figure that Fani Willis has insisted will not allow her staff to properly carry out its duties.
They might if they stop stealing the money.
Exactly. If they stop stealing.
They've been doing laundering the money. She paid her little boy toy or man toy $750,000 for doing nothing. And they were set on course to steal between $6 and about $8.5 million. So yeah, she blew her thing with a dumb ass. Yeah. Woman, have you never heard of the Fifth Amendment and you are the chief prosecutor? Oh my goodness. Did you go to law school?
Well, of course I wanted to bring LA Pink on the show because me and her have been talking. So this is the thing. Me and LA Pink, we talk like every other day, and anytime something pop off, she calling me or I call her to ask her a question about stuff.
Calls me too.
Yes. So
Madam Pink, how you doing there? You here?
I am beyond excellent. How are you?
I'm here.
So part of the problem is, and I'm glad that, they are putting Fani Willis' budget on a tight leash, because Fulton County jail is still horrible and is corrupt. And the question is, what are they hiding? Because there's so much crime, drug dealing, stabbings and killings going on in the Fulton County jail. Fani Willis is very tight with Sheriff Labut. They both claim that they're going to sue Fulton County commissions because we don't have enough money to be allocated to help with, staff shortage at the jails and blah, 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 blah. And that's all BS. However, the DOJ is investigating Fulton County jail systems. But what are they hiding? Because there was a suicide, there was a stabbing, and there was another killing of inmates. And this happened within the last 30 days, correct, LA Pink?
Correct.
And the news stations down in Fulton County have not reported anything on those incidents except for one. So somebody just committed suicide last week and somebody got stabbed last week and nobody isn't talking about it. So what have you did you hear any updates so far?
Haven't got any updates. I mean, we can go all the way, and I don't want to go too far back, but Terrell Landry, I even has spoke with someone from the Alphabet Club that had said that they had got the same thing that an inmate had said that he had strangled him. And the news never got it. The news never reported it. It never came out. His family still have not been told. So they are good for hiding evidence, hiding information, not putting it out. I mean, they ran a whole campaign with Charles Rambo. It had you not had him on your show, a lot of people wouldn't even known he was still on the ballot. You know what I'm saying? To run for sheriff, that there was another sheriff in the race, because nobody down here did a what do they call it, a formal now, or debate. None of them, nobody down here did any of that. I mean, that was for us a form of suppression, of voter suppression, you know, and interference. You know, they're talking about Trump with election interference. That is election interference when you do not even give a count. We still have not even got a count on the sheriff, you know, race. Like, they have not even finalized that. I mean, it's so much corruption going on here in Fulton County that we'll be here for years, another 2 years, trying to sort it all out, you know. But
well, that's the baby. Well, the problem that I'm having, it's not even a problem. The issue here is you have these main characters in Fulton County. Number one, DA Fani Willis, Sheriff Labut, even what's her lover name? What's her lover's name?
Wade.
oh wait,
Yeah, Wade. Nathan Wade. But now you have the Department of Justice coming in, and I think this is the Department of Justice under the Biden administration. So here is my conspiracy, right? For right now, where I'm going with this. The DOJ comes in, that's a Biden administration DOJ. I think they're trying to help Fani Willis' office in the county, Fulton County, to cover up and hide a lot of things, because as we all know, you know, she's been at the White House. She was having meetings with Kamala Harris. You know, they're all in cahoots. So it's a lot of corruption that is going on. It's not being reported. She's she's trying to raise money for her own private security. So she started you could say a GoFundMe for that. She called herself trying to sue the Fulton County Commission because they're not giving her the money that she wants. And then she has this federal investigation and state investigation hanging over her head. And then you have a sheriff that was sworn in without having insurance. So it's a lot of things that are going on in Fulton County, and it's something that they're hiding, and the Department of Justice is covering it up.
absolutely. I mean, even just to go back to what you just said, a sheriff being sworn in with no surety bond. And then after I was speaking with Kenya Johnson, which was the judge that swore him in, wasn't even aware of the rules of a swear in. You know, when you swear in another city official or, you know, officer of his stats, you know, I had to show her the codes I threw and be like, yeah, you were supposed to abide by these, you know, 15-16-5-7-6, you know, and she was like, oh, I didn't even know that. She's sitting there screenshotting it, not even knowing it. Like, how don't you, I mean, I want to say, you know, maybe she didn't know, but I'm like, there's corruption on that I can't even afford to give anybody a pass at this point in particular time, because it's so much. You know, he swore in on the 10th, the bond or the 9th, somewhere in the beginning of December. The surety bond wasn't even cleared until December the 26th. And then they're going to say that it never elapsed. Well, once you go into a new term, the older surety bond already had said they was not going to pick him up. So it already elapsed. So anything that was done between the 10th and the 26th, that he was not even secured off in between that time. Like it was wide open, as far as if anything was to happen in the jail, which we know plenty of things happen in the jail. He was not even a sheriff, basically. I mean,
right. Or legally sworn in.
Legally sworn in, exactly.
Right. Willis threatening to sue the Fulton County Board of Commissioners if it didn't adequately fund her office, citing the need for more attorneys and investigators. December 11th letter to the board, Willis says she'll have to explore legal remedies, which includes filing a lawsuit against the board to seek budget consistent with the number and nature of cases this office handles. But she did a press conference last month in January with the mayor of Atlanta, saying how they created all these programs, to help inmates transition from jail to society, programs within the city to help decrease crime. She said crime decrease. So why are you asking for more money to hire more people to do all these investigations if you came up with these programs that supposedly decreasing crime in Fulton County? Somebody lying.
Crooks get caught often because of the inconsistencies of their tales. And the other thing is, your officials down there are too busy committing crime to fix crime. And crime is a
Facts.
very good cover for other crime.
Right. So her saying, well, I need more money and I'm going to sue you, that's just to distract the public for what's really going on, and maybe to take attention off of her being a bad guy to make it look like, well, they're the problem, not us. But no, she's the problem. So, but all right. So listen.
By the way, that's one of the dumbest Fifth Amendment faux pas I've ever seen in 50 some years. That was the worst, and she committed it, and she was a DA. She chirped, blah, 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 blah. She told on herself, and Wade got implicated, and Wade has worked out a deal for a sentence with a certain cap, and he sung like the canary, chirp, 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 scarble, warble, 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 and he's told on everybody, and he's going to get all of these people in a mess because they're likely to get charged with conspiracy, which they should, so it will set a precedent for the future. Wow.
Before I forget, you have a petition, LA Pink.
It is just discussing just the malfeasance and the incompetent of the sheriff and the things that's going on here in Fulton County. And for anybody that is in Fulton County to sign it, we have a lot of our elders that have already signed it, and a lot of people working on to get it out.
Well, your people elected a gay porn star to be the sheriff, so I mean, don't they bring it on themselves? What was his indicated competence after, 3 years as a deputy jailer to be the sheriff?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
So this petition is for Fulton County residents to sign so that you can send it to the Attorney General to request to have Sheriff Labut removed from his position.
Yes. Absolutely.
And the Attorney General is the only person that can come in and investigate and remove the sheriff.
I think the governor can come in and remove him too. The governor has removed 2 other sheriffs in Fulton County.
But it's like, because you're on the ground, a lot of people are complaining, not just about Fani Willis, they're also complaining about this sheriff. But the question is, why do y'all keep voting these people in? So if people are fed up I encourage people, go to streetgroomers.org, sign the petition. I am going to put the link to the put the link to the petition in the description as well. And if you live in Fulton County, please sign it so that you can send it to the Attorney General. And that is part of participating in your local politics. Signatures, petitions demanding removal or investigation of a government official.
Well, why
Yes.
do people keep electing AOC?
Oh, they love her in the Bronx.
Why do they keep electing Maxine Waters?
Because their district loves them. See,
Yeah.
AOC
That's
has a lot of complaints.
Everybody hates everybody else's congressman but their own. And if they stop being in love with an idiot, maybe we would have better government on the national level.
But LA Pink, are the people of Fulton County tired of Fani Willis and Sheriff LaButte?
So when I speak with people, they're tired. Now, like I said, it's for as the votes. I don't trust any vote down here. I just don't. We have so much voter fraud down here that it doesn't even make any sense. So to say that the community voted both of them back in, we don't believe it. But I mean, just like with the sheriff, they have not even tallied up his race. They have not give us the count of his race, but he's already sworn in. So they basically gave us a sheriff. They basically just said, oh, well, hey, this is what it is. So now the same thing that Sheriff Rambo ran on, now they're coming back and saying, hey, we want to make it so that they're nonpartisan. That's what he ran on. He ran on nonpartisan, so now you want to come back and say that's what the sheriff should be running on anyways. Well, how do you stop us from even receiving the votes because we know for a fact that, even if it was 5 people that voted, we know 5 people voted. Where are those 5 votes at? We don't have anything. Like, we have no votes whatsoever. They never ever said he won by 12 counts and he won by, 450,000 counts. They never gave the count. They just said, oh, he won. You can't do that.
Right.
That's voter suppression. And so they're talking about Trump being mad at him because Trump had made, he had spoke and said that you won't have to vote again. And everybody's going crazy about that. But here it is. Atlanta's doing that already to the people. This is just something that he just, Trump, he gonna say whatever's on his mind and how you feel at the time. But he's just speaking. This is something they're actually doing already to
you
us
have
right
election
here
fraud.
in Georgia. Absolutely.
I always
That
hear
is
as
exactly
an
what we have.
election official for somebody running for Congress, unsuccessful, but I was at the election commission the night of November 5th, November 6th, and it was interesting. They were having a big scrabble running all around because of a problem they were having. They had more votes cast than they had people show up at the precincts in question. And that was
the people of Fulton County, we're saying, well, they keep voting in. They're probably voting differently, but because there's so much voter fraud, those same people get voted in. So
remember, there's no voting fraud. Oh my God, you need to be banned because Associated Press,
because
United Press International has said there's no voting fraud.
Let me say this, because Fani Willis and even Sheriff LaButte, like they're winning by a landslide, and that's probably because of voter fraud. And if it was true voting without any fraud or cheating, it'll probably be several runoffs because it'll be that close. So I really do believe the people of Fulton County are not voting for them, but because of voter fraud, they keep being reelected. So I do want to encourage people to sign the petition. Like I said, it's going to be in the description. So just, if you live only Fulton County residents.
Well, how about
right. And you have to
let's assume that they're honest. maybe a lot of people are voting for Sheriff Labut because they're into LGBTQIA rather than excellence in government. Now, granted that they will get locked up themselves, so maybe that's sacrifice.
Well, thank you, LA Pink. We're going to be recording some stuff this week, so I really appreciate everything that you're doing, and I definitely want to. I am going to be promoting the petition for people, only Fulton County people, to sign it. So thank you. I really appreciate you coming on.
All right,
thank you guys for
ma'am. You
having
and
me.
your husband keep working at it.
We won't, can't stop, won't
All right.
stop.
Have a good night.
All right, blessings, you too.
Yeah. Oh, honey, we stand on Fanny Pack back. We ain't going nowhere.
Fani. Her name is pronounced Fani.
Right. Fanny.
Fanny, babe, what's happening?